Hey, I'm Dr. Geoffrey, your split-second decisions and crisis expert. Just want to hop on real quick. There's a lot going on in the world, and the world's changing. Based upon the number of emails and texts that I'm getting today, I think that people are feeling a little anxious. Let me just share with you who I am. I am a crisis and split-second decisions expert. I go around the world teaching executives, corporations, managers how to manage crisis, how to teach their executive level teams to make split-second decisions. And during COVID, there's a fair number of civic organizations that I'm involved in as well. Let's jump right to it. The world has definitely changed. The world has gotten scary. We are going into a very difficult time. And I say that not to scare you. I say that to prepare you. Just to give you a little update, the second and third wave is upon us. The second and third wave is upon us. The second wave is where we are now. Rising, increase levels of COVID cases and deaths. The third wave of the increase in mental health issues. Let's deal with the latter, because of the rising mental health issues, the rising number of suicides, the rising number of increased anxiety levels and stress levels, and all that goes along with increased mental health issues. On Thursday, I've got Dr. Trinice Harris, Harvard professor, psychologist, who's coming to us to talk to us and share steps as it relates to mental health and how we can manage our mental health. And let's be clear. If you have not experienced any anxiety or stress, difficulty sleeping, you are abnormal. Let's just phrase it that way. America has never been through a period of time like this. It's okay for you to feel a little anxious. But on Thursday, Dr. Geoffrey has got Dr. Trinice Harris, Harvard professor, psychologist, who's coming to us at 5:30 on Thursday to give us some mental health tips. As it relates to the second wave, the increase in COVID cases, let's be clear about something. Let's be very clear. Being fatigued is not an option. Being fatigued is not an option. I keep hearing, well, I'm tired, therefore I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to do this. The number of cases is rising astronomically. Simply wearing a mask, well, if everyone wore a mask now, we could decrease the cases by 80%, by 80%. But look, there is some good news. There are two pieces of good news. We've heard about the vaccine trials, and we've heard that they've been they've got promising data. Well, the most promising part of that data is that we were able to produce a vaccine. Yes, that's the most promising part. This is an RNA virus. The vaccine needs to be an RNA vaccine. This is the first time we've ever had to produce that kind of virus. We've had the code for it since February. China released the code for the vaccine back in February over the internet. It's the human trials that has been the holdup. But the better news is that we now find out that there's many companies who are in the final stages of the trials. It's my suspicion that over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, you're going to get more and more companies, because there are 49 different vaccination studies going on out there. So rest. There are 49 vaccination studies that are going on out there. Look, on Monday, we're going to start off Medical Monday. It's going to be Medical Monday. So that there's a consistent date as a Medical Monday. On this Medical Monday, I will give you the 3 vitamins, the 3 supplements that you must have at home during COVID. Why is that important? Because we can, there's some preventive measures that we can do. There are some vitamins and some doses that we can take now to prevent from getting COVID. That's new, to prevent from getting COVID. And then there's also information that if you do get COVID, like vitamin D, it decreases the chance of you going on and developing severe symptoms by 10 to 12 times. And there are more vitamins out there. And it's not that I'm trying to hold up, is that there's some other information that I want to give to you. On Monday, on Medical Monday, you will get the 3 vitamins. You will also get what you need to do to home treat if you get COVID. Bottom line is, get ready for this. Get ready for this. This is not good news, but here you go. There's a very good chance that you may get COVID. It is so rampant in so many different communities that there may be a chance that you will get COVID. But it's okay. It's okay, because you can maximize the likelihood of you not getting sick. You can get COVID and not get sick, because don't forget, 97% of people do just fine. 97% of people do just fine. But on Monday, I'm going to give you the preventive medicines. I'm going to give you the preventive vitamins and the dosages, which, as you all know who have been rocking with me since March, I've been hesitant about giving dosages. But look, we're in a different phase here. We now have to be leaders within our own household. We've got to be leaders within our own household, which means we've got to set the tone. We've got to know what to do. We've got to know the actions we need to do to prevent. And if someone gets COVID, we need to know what the symptoms are and how to treat it at home. Because again, 97% of people who are treating are treated at home. Now let's go back to this mental health. There's been a rising number of cases of suicide, rising number of anxiety and stress. But let's just, we've talked about this several times. Let's go over it real quick. Chronically elevated levels of stress causes a rise in cortisol levels. Chronically elevated, I said that wrong. Let me go back. Increased levels of stress, continuous levels of stress causes elevated levels of cortisol. Chronically elevated levels of cortisol lowers our immune system. It lowers our immune system and thus makes contracting COVID more likely. And if you get COVID, it makes it more likely or more possible for you to have negative symptoms as it relates to COVID. That's just fact. On Monday, one of the vitamins I'm going to give you will help decrease the stress. Wow, we've got a lot to do on Monday. What's my point in talking to you about stress? Whatever you can do to decrease your stress, it's helpful to you. Whether that's walking, whether it's not sleeping more, whether that's calling a friend, decreasing the stress is absolutely key. It's absolutely key. I'm going to give you one free now. Don't watch as much TV. Stop watching all the information on COVID. It's depressing. Maybe spend 30 minutes a day watching COVID. That's it. But reach out to a loved one. Check in on people. Bottom line is, a vaccine's coming. New leadership's coming. Things will be much better. I promise you. And I haven't made any promises. This time, 6 months from now, you say, well, Dr. Geoffrey, how do you know? I'm in the ER. I see what's going on. I'm watching. I'm reading the academic journals. And by the way, just real quick, nothing I present to you, how about this? Mostly everything I present to you comes from peer-reviewed academic journals, a listserv that I'm on with doctors, Dr. Fauci, the WHO, and the CDC. Anything outside of that, I will say, hey, this is my personal opinion. Why is that important? What's going on is that there's a lot of people who say, I don't know who to trust. Look, I can just give you a little insight. Trust someone who has a license attached to them, whether that be a nurse, a doctor, psychologist. Why? Because there's a governing body that controls our license. If we say something silly, there's another layer to keep us from doing that. But I would encourage you all to rock with me on Medical Mondays. But again, things are going to get bleak for a moment, but things are going to get better as well. I would encourage you to prepare. Prepare what you keep in your house. Make sure that there's a mental health checker for your family to make sure that everyone is on the same page. This too will pass. It's going to be dark for a moment. I will see you on Monday at Medical Mondays. And then I will see you on Thursday at 12:30 with Dr. Trinice Harris from Harvard to help us with our anxiety and our stress. In the meantime, please be safe out there. We're going to take a few questions now. Hey, Cody, what's going on with you? Yeah,